Here are some things as we have a pretty rough edit, how to make this edit even better. I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys how to do keyframes. Again, pretty sure I did on audio. I can't find a really good example of why you would need it, but let me show because some people have asked for it. You hold down Alt and you click and you click. Now you'll notice that if you only have two, then everything after it goes up. Oftentimes, if you're trying to just cut out a specific sound, you're going to need four. Kind of create a little table where this will come down or up how much ever that you need there. So that's that. That's pretty simple, and I can take those off. The other thing I wanted to show you is a good example of an L edit. What I want you to avoid is, as I was working here, of having a tennis ball kind of effect where like one girl talks, the other girl talks, one girl talks, the other girl talks, and we just kind of go back and forth. I want to make sure that you have at least one reaction shot. I showed you earlier how to get this. For example,
if you were paying attention, you would know that we're not even halfway through.
Elise is talking, and then we're seeing a cutaway of Hannah. I want to do that at least once, but here's another way to do it, and it's very subtle. Your audience is not going to necessarily be aware of that, but here's what we can do. This works really well when we're going between, let me zoom in on this, between one and the other. This is called an L edit, and what you need to do is you need to first detach the audio, and I think I showed you how to do that, but that's a control click, and it's still there. It's just now making the video and the audio separate elements that you can manipulate differently. And do this over here. Then you go to the trim tool. Now this trim tool has many different functions. Do you see how as I move it changes? What you're wanting is, this is the sweet spot right there, and this is what you can do. You can click on this joint and it's only going to affect the video. So I can extend this shot and I'm now going to begin to hear Alyssa, but I'm still looking at Hannah's great eye roll. Let's look at this.
Okay, well, that kind of sounds like a personal problem. Oh, no. Since we are partners, it is our problem now. If you don't...
This is what you're going to see in movie editing all the time. Just because somebody's talking doesn't mean that we need to see them immediately, okay? So that is a great tool, and you can watch how to do that again. You can also, I'm going to put this back to where that was. You can do that same thing. Make sure I got that right on the joint, is you can do that as, see, if you only have one direction, it'll shorten it. Let's see. I can get it here maybe? No. You can do that same thing. Maybe I need to zoom in even more. And overlap that at the same time. So a couple of different things, but I would like to see at least one L edit, either on the video or audio before you turn it in. The next thing I want to show is how to incorporate music. You don't have to have music in yours, but if you decide to do that, I want to give you some pointers. The keyframe is going to help there. Let's go ahead and import, and I have something already in my downloads, and I've got this from Free Play Music. Here's this quirky little number that I thought may add a little something to the scene. So I imported that, and that's up here, and I can... Let's go ahead. I'm just going to see what it sounds like. I'll put this all the way down to the bottom. Okay, and I can do Shift Z, place this. I'm still in my trim tool, so I need to bring that back. And I can put this here. Now, if I just play through it, you can tell that this is way louder than it needs to be. So I would suggest pulling that down all the way. Let's see how that will sound.
Halfway through. Okay, I think you need to calm down. It's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal? This project is worth 20% of our semester grade. If we don't get this done,
I think it'd need to be even lower. So you want to make sure that you hear your dialogue really well, but you may want to do it at the beginning or end. So let me zoom in over here, and let's see how this can go. You can wind up starting with it kind of high, using your keyframes coming in and adding some keyframes here. And where you start it up here and dip it way down.
Why? Why? Are you kidding me? This project is due tomorrow and you're not even helping me. Okay, why are you getting so worked up over this project? We're almost done. No, we are not almost done. If you were paying attention.
I don't know that I'm in love with that, but it just gives you an example if you want to try something like that. Make sure a couple wind up things that your edit looks more complex than just a series of shots on one track. I want to see something in the second track up here, maybe here. I'm not demanding that you include music, but if you do, make sure you check levels. Make sure that you are monitoring sound for evenness and that we're dancing around -12. And you'll be ready to put on our slate and export pretty soon.